Let's do this thing. Okay. I know it's into a ghost. I was so ghosty. Yeah, I didn't have a tan line anymore, which for me, hi Eileen. There's a spot here too if you need, or if that's good, that's good. But yeah, right there if you want. It's fine, it's cool. Does that bother you right there at all? Okay. I know, as long as you can't like, you're not like staring at yourself, right? Okay, everyone's good. I like this person who just was like, I'm just gonna park here. Like, screw it. If you want, you can. Sure. I do know I have a friend that's gonna be here late though, so maybe give it a minute.
Sure.
Or okay.
I'll do whatever.
Okay.
I haven't yoga since you left us.
You haven't? Gonna be a little rusty, Sal. Tin Man. All right, friends. Welcome, everybody. Happy Sunday. Thank you so much for showing up, even with the snow. You might not have known it was as bad as it was until you got out in it. So glad you got out in it. Before we start, this is Amy, who also teaches here at Mosaic, and she has a couple special workshops coming up. So she just wants to give a quick little announcement about them. I mean,
I have two a workshop series for mindfulness-based stress reduction for teens. So this is 10 through 18. I have 3 spots left. I really would like to fill it up. Teenagers right now are going through a hard time. AnyConYoga.com is my website, but these things are also on the wall on the other side. The other one is, and that begins April 8th. It's a series of 5 Saturdays. But I'm prorating, and then 3 of the kids are programmed. So I have flexibility with that. The other thing is I'm doing this yoga for menopausal women called the gland. What is it called? The gland.
The gland. It's like the Grand Hurrah or something.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? The Glen Hurrah, Glen Finale.
And that is a 5-hour day retreat. I have lunch provided. I have medical people coming, and we do great yoga to help you with night sweats to help you with memory loss.
I got night sweats, man.
And just all the stuff that comes with the joy. That's May 20th. Okay. Yeah.
Thanks, Amy. And then I have a couple of my own things coming up too. So if you don't know, I also teach breath work, pretty much just as much as I teach yoga anymore. So I have 3 monthly breathwork classes, and the first one is coming up in April, and it's April 1st. So it's Saturday. Is it next Saturday? Next Saturday, yeah. So, or like this coming Saturday. And there's already like 25 people signed up. They always sell out. I cap it at 32. So there's a few spots left for this one. And then it's like the first Saturday and the 4th Saturday of the month and then the 3rd Friday or something. I can't even keep track of my own stuff, but I teach 3 per month, and they're taught through the local co-op, not through Mosaic Yoga. So if you're unclear, like what is Mosaic Yoga? What is the local co-op? This building, it's the local co-op. Mosaic Yoga is a group of instructors. We've been together for years and years and years, and we sublet the space out and pay rent to teach our classes and do them all by donation. The local co-op has a bunch of their own offerings. Some are yoga, some are other things. And those are all sign up in advance, well, they all have a set price. So they're all a little differently priced. And you can sign up for all of those on the local co-op's website, which is just thelocalcoopslc.com. And Mosaic Yoga is mosaicyogaslc.com. And my website is katieschiffkinyoga.com. Okay, let's just do the thing. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for showing up. I just got back, so I love coming back to community. All right, go ahead and find a comfortable seat if you're not already there. So if you want to, maybe you just kind of move your body a little bit, get your wiggles out, get some physical feedback. And then whenever you feel ready, seated meditation. So find stillness. Close your eyes. Rest your hands somewhere intentionally. So maybe you just rest your hands in your lap. Maybe hands to heart. Maybe one hand to your heart space, one hand to your belly. And let's just take 3 great big deep breaths right at first, just to drop into our bodies a little more. So next time you inhale, fill up as big as you possibly can. And when you think you are full, see if you can even sip in a little bit extra at the top. When you're ready, big open mouth sigh and just let it go. Ah. Good. Again, just like that. Inhale, fill up. Take a moment to pause in fullness and just even imagine that breath circulating around inside of your body, filling up all the little spaces. When you're ready, open your mouth and big sigh, let it go. Very nice. Do that one more time. So biggest inhale you've taken all morning long. Just waking your body up with this breath, this prana, this life force. And in your own time, big sigh, release. Ah. Nicely done. Seal your lips. And start to drop into your Ujjayi breath now. So in and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat. So the inhale is like you're taking a really, really deep, slow motion gas. The exhale is like you're fogging up a window, but your lips are sealed on top of the breath. So see if you can start to make that noise, that oceanic sound. It might sound like wind moving through trees or even a Darth Vader breath. So start to not only feel your breath as it flows through you, but also hear your breath. Follow it with your awareness. See if you can feel your inhales move all the way down the length of your torso, the length of your spine, all the way down into your low belly, low back. And then exhale, see if you can take them all the way to emptiness. So at the very bottom, your belly button pulls back towards your spine. You find complete emptiness, stillness. So however long you want to stay here in your seated meditation, just focusing in on your own breath, your own internal rhythm. Please feel free. So if this is where you want to stay for your entire practice, you do you. If you're ready for some movement, keep this breath flowing through you. Keep the sound of it. Use it to anchor you to the present moment over and over again. And come forward to hands and knees. So tabletop position, all fours. And once you're there, you might start with cat-cows. So if that is familiar, if that feels like a good place to go right away, start with your cat-cows. You can get as creative. You can have this space up here if you'd like. No, you're good. This is empty, M. M, this is literally for you next to Taylor, if you want it. So if you want to move intuitively or creatively, you can circle your hips all the way around. You can get into your wrists a little bit. Yeah, maybe you just sit back into a child's pose and rest there. So anything goes. Invitation to close your eyes, let go of how you look, let go of how other people look, and just focus on what you feel. So this is your time to explore movement, to explore your body, to notice how your spine feels, how your shoulders feel, how your hips, and even your hands, your fingers, your wrists feel. I love it. So the more you can get out of your mind, the more you will drop into your body. There's so much to notice. After a few rounds, so give yourself 3 to 5 more breaths, just working around in your own way. And then eventually find your way back to our first downward facing dog of practice, no rush. And as you move back into your down dog, keep exploring your body, keep exploring what's going on inside. Spread your fingers really wide, push into the ground with your fingertips. If you're not sure how far apart your hands and your feet should be in down dog, a good way to measure, come forward to a plank position like you're about to do a push-up, and then just lift your hips, press them up and back. You don't need to move your hands or your feet. So see if you can find a strong foundation through your hands, push the ground away. Even imagine you're taking energy from the earth and sending it through your arms, through your side bodies, all the way up to your center. So I like to imagine in down dog, there's an invisible rope attached to my belly button, and it's pulling up, it's tugging towards the top corner of the back wall. So see if you can feel that lift that comes from your center. You might pedal out your heels. You might bend your knees a lot and just focus on that length from your fingertips up to your sit bones. You might take your feet out really wide and kind of transfer your weight from side to side. You might take your hands out really wide. So feel into your down dog and create as much space as possible. So come forward to a plank like you're going to do a push-up. Yeah, now just lift your hips back and up. Bend your knees a lot. Bend your knees, bend your knees. Yeah, that's your down dog. Good job. All right, my friends, big deep breaths. See if you can feel your breath in your back body, and even imagine you could breathe down the backs of your legs. Take one more huge inhalation into your down dog. And then as you exhale, start to walk your hands to the back of your yoga mat until you find yourself in a forward fold. So eventually all the weight will come into your feet, little or big bend in your knees, feet about hips width distance apart, or maybe even a little bit wider for this first one. All of your toes face directly forward. Inhale to a halfway lift position. So spine nice and long, and then pause here. Bend your left knee a lot. Bring your left fingertips to the ground underneath your chest and reach your right arm to the sky. It's a little twist. Nice, Ash. See if you can stay rooted through the inner edge of your right foot. And then try to pull your right hip towards the back of the room. Lengthen through your right leg as much as you are able to. If you'd like, you can wrap your right arm behind your back, maybe even grab hold of the top of your left thigh. Breathe down into your belly, breathe down into your low back. And as you exhale, see if you can twist a little further. Nice, Paul. Take one more full round. End of your exhalation, switch to the other side. So release. Right knee bends a lot, right fingertips on the ground, or maybe your right hand's even on a block, left arm to the sky. So try to straighten your left leg as much as possible. Stay rooted through the inner edge of your left foot as you energetically drag your left hip towards the back of the room. Crown of your head reaches forward. If you'd like, left arm can wrap behind your back, grab hold of the top of your right thigh if it's available to you. And then work your twist with your breath. So big, spacious breaths. Exhale to twist from your center. Last round on this side. Nice job. End of your exhalation, unwind and just hang out for a moment. Maybe a nice easy ragdoll pose. Grab opposite elbows or fold your arms overhead. See if you can let your neck relax, let your head be heavy. Bring your weight more forward. So less in your heels, more in your toes and the balls of your feet. and focus on lifting your butt as high as you can. So butt towards the sky, crown towards the ground, maybe a little sway or a little bounce or a little bob. Big spacious breaths. Good. Next time you inhale, come back to a halfway lift position. So realign through your spine. Exhale, bow, fold, let it go. Now from the press of your feet, lead with your heart. Take it all the way to stand. Arms to the sky as you breathe in. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Flowing with your breath for a moment. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Exhale, lead with your heart, hinge at your hips, slow dive down. So forward fold, relax your neck at the bottom. Halfway lift as you inhale. So how much length and even strength can you feel in your back body? Exhale, fold and bow. From the press of your feet, heart leads, rise up. Arms to the sky, big stretch, maybe even gaze up. Hands to heart, exhale. One more round like that. Maybe try closing your eyes as you move through it. Inhale, stretch tall. Exhale, let your heart lead all the way down. Follow your breath, traction out your spine, then let it go. Nice, Soph. As you inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Back of your neck is long, so gaze down rather than forward. Yeah, exhale, fold. All the way to empty, feel that navel to spine connection and use it as you rise. Arms to the sky, breathe in, stretch it out. Hands to heart, exhale. All right, inhale, take your arms up. And then this time as you exhale, let's get into our shoulders. So hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, roll your shoulders back and down, shoulder blades squeeze your spine. If you tend to lock out your elbows like I'm doing right now, bend your elbows, press your palms together, and imagine your elbows are magnetized. Try to squeeze them closer. Now keep all of that. Imagine your fingers are super glued together and you're trying to pull just your fingers apart. So there's a lot of what's called muscle energy happening in your arms. See if you can start to reach your hands back and then maybe even little baby back bend, puff up through your chest, gaze up. So rather than just letting your head collapse back, make this come from your mid and your upper back. Feel your heart lift. Hug in with your inner thighs, press your hips gently forward. Nice, M. One more big inhale. Keep your clasp, hinge at your hips, exhale all the way down. So forward fold with your fingers interlace. Hang out for about 2 or 3 breaths. If you're pressing your palms together and that's too much at this point, you can let that part go. Try not to rock back into your heels. So remember, weight slightly forward, lift your sit bones really high. Lift your knuckles even higher. You might even start to reach your knuckles forward. Relax your neck. Give your head a little shake. Yes, no. Nice job. One more inhale. Work that opening in the front of your shoulders. And exhale, hands to your low back. Release your clasp. Let your arms come down. You can give them a little shake out if you want to. With your next inhale, find a halfway lift. From your halfway lift, plant your hands or your fingertips and mindfully, intentionally start to crawl your hands forward. So try to be as light as you can, not heavy. Once you are in a plank position, pause there. So shoulders over wrists, hips level with your shoulders. Spread your fingers and actively push the ground away. See if you can start to take just little tiny rocks forward and back. So like you're sawing through wood or cutting through a loaf of bread with your body. Yeah, nice work, you guys. If you want to come to your knees at any time, feel free. That's your modification. Next time you inhale, little rock forwards. You're on your tippy toes. Exhale, lower just halfway down and hold until you're empty. Inhale to push back up into your high plank. Yes, again like that. Exhale, little rock forward, lower halfway. Chaturanga hold, strong arms, strong belly. Inhale, press back up. Nice job. Exhale, slow motion all the way down to your belly. Find a back bend variation of your choice. So baby cobra, full cobra, sphinx, Spider-Man cobra, up dog, you do you. Give yourself a couple rounds, feeling into that opening of your front body. And then as you are ready, Nice, Vince. Downward facing dog. Transition with awareness, with your breath. Good. Once you're in your down dog, you've got about 5 rounds. If you want to bring in any movement, any exploration again, feel free. If you want to be still, there's a million little tiny micro movements happening inside. Maybe that's what you tune into. If you want more strength work, you could turn it into a turbo dog. So the only thing that changes is your arms. You bend your elbows a lot and you squeeze your elbows in towards each other. So it's almost like a dolphin pose, but your forearms are hovering just an inch or two above the ground. Everybody continue to lift really high from your center. Feel that invisible rope pulling up and tugging back. Feel your breath moving through every space inside of you. Beautiful, nice work, everyone. Push into the ground with all 10 fingertips, especially index and thumbs. Take one more big in breath. As you exhale this time, gaze to the top of your mat, and however you want to get there, forward fold. Once you have arrived, halfway lift position, lengthen, get all the rounding out. Yes, exhale, fold and bow. Root through your feet, lead with your heart, take it all the way to stand. Arms reach, big stretch at the top. Hands to heart as you exhale. All right, inhale, take your arms to the sky. And then this time as you exhale, we're gonna sit back into a chair plane. So bend your knees, swing your arms back behind you. Try to keep your heart lifted and open. So it's like you're doing a cobra pose with your chest. You're not rounding and looking down, but rather your back muscles squeeze towards your spine. If it helps, I even like to bend my elbows and imagine my elbows are magnetized behind my back. You can stay right here or option to rock forward and float up to your tiptoes. So if you lift your heels, the higher your heels lift, see if you can lower your butt a little bit more. Yeah, nice job. Take one more round, soften through your face. Option to stay on your tiptoes all the way up, high mountain. Inhale as tall as you can grow. Maybe stay on your tiptoes, big balance challenge, swan dive down, forward fold. Nice. Halfway lift, heels on the ground, breathe in. Awesome, Ash. Exhale, plant your hands, feet to the back of your mat, vinyasa, however you would like. So you can add a couple push-ups if you're feeling it. You can take it on your knees, substitute cat-cows. You can even skip it all together. We'll see you back in downward facing dog. Nice work. Beautiful, friends. Once you're back in your down dog, reconnect to your Ujjayi breath. Next time you breathe in, take your right leg to the sky, send it up and back. Beautiful. And then if you want to, feel free to open up your hip to explore a little bit, maybe roll out your ankle or even circle your right knee through space a few times. So feeling into your 3-legged dog, press through both hands and continue to lift from your center. See if you can now square off your hips. So your hips, your right hip faces down, slightly back, and your inner thighs face one another. I don't care so much about height. Go for length, strength, and power. Nice, Michael. So press into your fingers and then press up and back with your right foot. Take one more inhale. Make your right foot active. See if you can spread through your toes. Exhale, right knee to your nose. Round your back, curl in, shoulders over wrists. Stay here as you breathe in and push the ground away. Soft as you can. Exhale, step your right foot forward, low lunge. Rise up to a crescent lunge in your own time. So front knee over front ankle, high on the ball of your back foot. Your hips are square, and the stability in this pose comes by hugging towards midline. So feel as if you're pulling your front hip back, your back hip forward, and that's where you find your strong foundation, your connection to center. So your lower body, your legs, that's your foundation. Your upper body, that's your own unique expression. Feel into it. Maybe you gaze up, maybe you have a little smile on your face. Your fingers might be spreading like there's energy shooting out of them. Or maybe today you want to soften a little bit. So just be intentional. Take one more big inhale into your crescent lunge. And as you exhale, we're going to take a turbo twist to the right. So left arm forward, right arm back. Bend your back knee to a hover. If you want to modify, back knee can always come gently to the ground. Imagine you're trying to drag your back thigh forward and your front hip back. Squeeze through your inner thighs. Keep your weight nice and centered so you're not leaning forward. See if you can maybe even gaze over your right fingertips behind you. Use your exhales to twist from your core, from your belly. Take one more round. Really nice, you guys. Now listen, end of your exhale, you're gonna bring your right forearm across your low back, square your shoulders towards the front of the room, left arm to the sky, exalted warrior variation. So see if you can start to create just a little back bend by lifting your heart and curling open. So you're not leaning back, you're curling open. You can keep that bend in your back leg if that's what feels right in your body. Take one more big inhale, reach through your left fingertips. Good work. Exhale, bring your left hand to the ground inside your right foot. And now take your right arm to the sky. So you're still in a twist. Yeah. Revolve lunge. Breathe into your belly. Work your twist with every exhale, a little bit deeper from the inside. Your legs are strong. It's like you want to drag your right hip towards the back wall, but at the same time, your right knee is magnetized to your left armpit. Take one more round, twist to your own personal edge. End of your exhale, let that go. Now listen, pivot your back heel down, setting up for a warrior two. And then when you're ready, Virabhadrasana 2, rise back up. Good, so right toes face directly forward and left toes face directly to the left. Front heel either intersects your back arch or lines up with your back toes. And then wrap your right butt cheek underneath your body. Nice, Eric. So see if you can feel your front knee tracking towards your pinky toe rather than collapsing in towards your big toe. Next time you inhale, legs stay the same, but reach forward like you're trying to touch the front of the room. Reach, 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 reach. When you cannot reach any further, just your arms change. Right arm towards the ground, left arm towards the sky for side angle. You could also put your right elbow on your right thigh if you want to. You could also reach your left arm forward towards the front wall and lengthen your left side. If the half or the full bind is in your practice, you feel like going there, feel free, about 2 or 3 more breaths. So heart is open, hips are open, shoulders are open. Feel your front knee tracking towards your pinky toe. Root into the outer edges of both of your feet. One last big deep breath. Good job. Stay in your legs. Inhale, reverse warrior. So rise up, reach back, lengthen through your right side. Keep that deep bend in your front knee. Nice, Chris. Keep tracking your front knee towards your pinky toe. See if you can lift your right rib cage further away from your right hip and then breathe into that space. If there's a variation you want to take, go for it. Last couple breaths. Soft through your face, not clenching through your jaw. Beautiful. One last big inhale, reach through your fingertips. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to the ground, pivot to the ball of your back foot, so you're in a low lunge again. Standing splits, right foot roots, left leg floats up. So do not let the name of this pose psych you out. It is just a one-legged forward fold. See if you can relax your neck the same way you would in a forward fold. Your gaze might be up at the ceiling, up at your belly button, wherever you want to go with it. So your left leg is strong, your left foot is active. If you want to play with handstand hops, if you've been working on some little hops, feel into it, play with it. If you want to work with your balance, feel into it. Maybe right arm behind right leg, hand behind ankle, forearm behind calf, elbow behind knee. Good. Try not to sit into your right hip, but lift out of your right hip by using your core strength. Use your breath. Awesome, Sophia. Take one more big inhale, lift a little higher. Beautiful, Mikal. Exhale, set your left foot down on the top of your space, forward fold. You can give your right leg a little shake out if it needs it. Nice work. Bring your big toes to touch, little gap in between your heels. Tuck and curl, tiny little potato bug ball. So butt towards the ground, nose towards your knees. You can intentionally choose to lift your heels up high. Higher your heels go, lower your butt goes. You can intentionally choose to press your heels towards the ground. That'll work your ankle flexibility. Option to even wrap your arms around your shins, nice Sal, and give yourself a squeeze. It's a little balance challenge as well. Breathe into your back body. See if you can feel the space in between your back ribs. Each time you exhale, nice Mariah. See if you can find emptiness. See if you can find your very, very center. Good. One more round. Use your exhale to get as small and compact as you can. And then as you inhale, heels on the ground, halfway lift. So heels down, spine long. If you want, you can widen your stance a bit. And then exhale, fold, bow. Root through your feet, rise all the way to stand. Arms to the sky. Pause right here, reaching up. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. Turn your left palm towards the windows. And then like a crescent moon shape with your body, hips go to the left as your upper body goes to the right. So your left shoulder, it stays plugged in. It's back and down. You're gently tugging with your right arm, but you're resisting with your left. So you don't want your bicep in front of your face. You want it right next to your ear. More weight in your left foot. And sometimes I even like to reach my right tiptoes out to the right, or maybe even play with my balance. Your first priority is your left side, the length. Breathe into it. Yeah. Very nice. One more full round. How much length can you create? Use your breath. Nice, Taylor. Back to center. Switch your grip. Grab your right wrist. Right palm faces the left wall. And then same thing, like a crescent moon with your body. So if you try to create this with just your upper body, you're super limited in your range of motion. More weight in your right foot. Start from your lower body. Hips go right. Upper body goes left. Your left obliques are working as you stretch through your right side. Nice, Mary Jo. Keep your right shoulder plugged in, pull it back and down. Breathe into your right waistline, space in between your ribs, soften your face, last round. Good work, back to center. And then as you exhale, cactus your arms, bottom tips of shoulder blades squeeze, just a little baby back bend, curl open. Re-extend and realign, inhale, reach up. Exhale, slow dive down. Stick your butt out, reach your heart forward all the way down, fold. Good job, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, feet to the back of your mat, however you want to take your vinyasa. See you back in downward facing dog. Once you are back in down dog, reconnect to your big, deep breaths. So can you not only feel your breath, can you also hear it? Use it to support you. Use it to hold you. Next inhalation, left leg to the sky. Stretch it out. If you want, you can open up your hip, roll out your ankle, circle your knee. Yeah, so feeling around on this side. And then eventually square off your hips. So see if you can start to feel the big difference between square hips and open hips. Hug in with your inner thighs. Inner thighs now face each other. Left hip faces slightly down, slightly back. Your left leg is long, strong, and powerful. Awesome, Michael. Take one more big inhale. Press up with your left foot as you press down through your fingertips. Lift from your center. Exhale, left knee to your nose. So round your spine, shoulders over wrist. Stay here as you breathe in. See if you can lift higher through your waistline. And then softly step forward, low lunge. Good work. Rise up to crescent. You can take your time. Find your stability, your strong foundation. So how do you find your strong foundation? Hug towards midline. Find your center. Front hip pulls back, back hip pulls forward. So strong foundation in your legs and your own unique expression in your upper body. So in this moment, how does your pose feel inside of you? How does your breath feel as it flows through you? Is there anywhere that you're tightening or resisting that perhaps you could soften just a little more? Good. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, turbo twist to the left. So right arm forward, left arm back, back knee bends to a hover. You're not leaning forward. Weight is nice and centered. If you want to modify, your back knee can come gently to the ground. Otherwise, it's hovering. And imagine you're trying to pull your back thigh forward, your front hip back, feel your inner thighs squeeze. If you want a big balance challenge, gaze over your left fingertips behind you. Nice work. Take one more round. Your back knee might even just kiss the ground. End of your exhale, left forearm across your low back. Square your shoulders towards the front wall. Reach your right arm up. And then see if you can create just a little back bend, not from your low back. So you're not just leaning back. You're curling open. Feel the bottom tips of your shoulder blades hug towards your spine. Breathe down into your belly. Soften your face. Beautiful, friends. One more big inhale. Nice work. Exhale, right hand comes down inside your left foot, and then reach your left arm up. You're in a revolve lunge. Strong legs. Twist from your center. Good, Whitney. So breathe down into your belly and use your exhale to twist, twist, twist. Yeah. Nice, Eileen. Soften where you can soften. Soften your outer shell. One last huge breath. End of your exhale, let go of your twist. Pivot your back heel down, setting up your warrior two stance. Yep, and then rise up. So your hips are now open. Let them open. Shoulders and heart are open. I love personally to close my eyes in my warrior two and feel from the inside. Make little adjustments from the inside. So feel into a neutral pelvis while allowing your hips to open. Feel your front knee track towards your pinky toe. Feel your shoulders stacked over your hips. Very nice. Feel your breath. Next time you breathe in, legs stay the same. Reach forward as far as you can. Reach, reach, reach. When you think you can't reach further, reach just a millimeter further, and then just your arms change. Left arm towards the ground, right arm towards the sky, or you make it your own. Maybe right bicep next to your ear, reach forward. Maybe left elbow gently rests on top of your thigh. Half bind or full bind if it's in your practice, about 2 or 3 more breaths. Nice Evie. So keep wrapping your left butt cheek. Keep opening through your heart, your shoulders, your hips. Feel whatever there is to feel, even if it's uncomfortable. Can you be with that? Stay in your legs. Next time you breathe in, from the press of your feet, rise up, reverse warrior. So take it up and back, lengthening through your left side. Lift your left rib cage out of your left hip. Feel all that space there. Good. Keep the deep bend in your front knee. Keep tracking it open towards your pinky toe. Soften around the pose. So you're not forcing, you're not straining. You're just gently encouraging yourself into your own edge a little bit more, breath by breath. Take one more big, huge inhale. Reach through your fingertips. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to the ground, pivot to the ball of your back foot, back to your low lunge, into your standing splits. Float your right leg to the sky. So again, don't let the name scare you. It's just a one-legged forward fold. I do not care how high your right leg goes. I do care about the strength and power and energy in your right leg. So see if you can even feel your right toes activating. Feel your breath flowing all the way up into your right toes. There's energy there. Maybe you want to play with a couple hops. Maybe you want to play with your balance. Yes. Awesome, friends. Take one more inhale. Right leg lifts super high. Exhale, step your right foot down next to left. Give your left leg a little shake out if it needs it. Bring your big toes to touch. Little gap in between your heels. Tuck and curl, tiny little potato bug ball. So get really small. You can stay in your little potato bug ball, or if you want a balance challenge, option to turn it into a toe stand. So you'll be up on your tiptoes, hug in with your inner ankles, inner heels, inner thighs, inner knees, and see if you can point your knees straight forward. Hands to your heart. So just balancing on your tiptoes. hugging towards midline. That's where you find the stability. Wherever you're at, 2 more big, deep breaths. You feel your ankles and your feet wobbling and shaking. Awesome. That means you met an edge. Be there with it. Last round. Good job, everybody. Halfway lift. Set your heels down. Stick your butt out. Lengthen your spine. Breathe in. You can widen your stance if you want. Exhale, bow and fold. Ah. Root through your feet. Rise up. Arms to the sky. Big stretch. Hands to your heart. Or if you'd rather, arms down by your sides. Take just a moment. Close your eyes. And just stand with ultimate awareness, ultimate intention. So feel your feet rooting into the ground. Feel the crown of your head drawing up into space. Feel the space in between your shoulders brought in through your collarbones. We're gonna move through that entire sequence. 1 breath, 1 movement, a couple more times. If you want to pause, take a break, or modify in any way, please feel free. Notice how you transition. So not just the poses, but see if you can be with the transitions. One of the best ways I feel to build strength in your practice is to transition slowly with lots of awareness. So we're not speeding through this with momentum. We're moving slowly, intentionally with our breath. Stay where you're at, breathe in as big as you can, hold at the top. Maybe even a little extra sip, feel all the space inside of you, and then big, huge sigh to let it go. Ah, very nice. Here we go. Ujjayi breath. Inhale, stretch tall. Exhale, chair, plane, or drinking bird. So bend your knees, swing your arms back. Option to float to tiptoes. Maybe stay on your tiptoes. High mountain, as tall as you can grow. It's okay to shake and wobble. Stay on your tiptoes if you'd like. Dive down, forward fold. Good. Heels on the ground as you breathe in, halfway lift position. How much length can you create? Exhale, plant your hands, feet back. See if you can keep that exhale going as you lower through chaturanga. Inhale to peel your heart open, shoulders back and down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, take your right leg high, stretch it out. Use your core strength as you exhale, softly step forward, low lunge. Good, rise up as you breathe in, crescent lunge, strong legs, lift your heart, lift your gaze. Exhale, turbo twist, left arm forward, right arm back knee bends. And then as you inhale, right forearm across your low back, face forward, reach up and back, lift your heart. Exalted variation. Exhale, left hand comes down. And as you inhale, right arm reaches up, revolve lunge, maybe gaze up. Exhale, unwind, pivot your back heel down, and inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, reach forward and tip it over side angle. All the way to empty. Inhale, reverse warrior. Reach up, reach back. Keep that big bend in your front knee. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to the ground, low lunge. Standing splits, breathe in, left leg floats super high. See if you can spread your toes. And then exhale straight into your tiny little potato bug ball. Big toes touch, tuck and curl, empty out. Inhale, halfway lift, heels down, spine long, realign. Yes, and exhale, forward fold. Root through your feet, rise all the way up, arms reach up, breathe in. Grab your left wrist. Exhale, side body stretch towards the windows. Through center as you inhale. Switch your grip, other side, up and over, exhale. Back to center, breathe in. As you exhale, baby back bend, cactus your arms, bottom tips of shoulder blades, squeeze, good. Back to center, inhale, reach up, realign, and dive down slowly with your breath. Halfway lift, beautiful breathing, lengthen out. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, chaturanga. So hold empty or keep that exhale going as you lower. Yes, heart lifts, inhale. Nice Paul, good trace. Exhale, down dog. Left leg to the sky, inhale, lots of length, active through your toes. Exhale, step your left foot forward as soft as you can. Inhale, slowly rise strong through your legs. Beautiful. Turbo twist. Exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. And then as you inhale, take it into your exalted. So left forearm across your low back, shoulders square, reach up and back. Exhale, slowly, right hand comes down. And as you inhale, revolve lunge, let your left arm reach up super high, maybe even gaze up at your left fingertips. Exhale, unwind, pivot your back heel down, set up your warrior two stance, and with your inhale, rise. Yes. Exhale, reach forward as far as you can, then tip it over side angle, all the way to empty in your breath. Inhale, reverse warrior, stay in your legs. Lengthen through your left side. And exhale, cartwheel your hands down, pivot to the ball of your back foot. Standing splits, breathe in, right leg floats high. Yes, very nice. Exhale, straight into your tiny little potato bug ball. Get small, curl in, super compact, empty all the way out. Inhale, halfway lift position, realign. Exhale, fold and bow. Root through your feet, take it all the way to stand, reach up, stretch. Good work, hands to heart. Exhale, we've got one more round. I'm gonna add a few things, so just stay present, listen to my cues. Inhale, reach up, high mountain. Exhale, chair plane or drinking bird. Option to float to tiptoes one more time here. Stay on your tiptoes if you want to. High mountain, as tall as you can possibly grow. Squeeze through the fronts of your thighs. Yeah, challenge yourself. Exhale, maybe you stay on your tiptoes as you dive. Forward fold. Good, everybody. Heels down for your halfway lift. Breathe in, fill up. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, chaturanga dandasana, lower down, strong arms, strong belly. Heart lifts with your inhale, hips lift as you exhale. Now listen carefully. Inhale your right leg high. You can hold or exhale right knee, left elbow. Use your obliques, get as close as you can. Inhale, back up, lengthen, nice reach. Exhale, right knee, right armpit, aim as high as you can, even at a push-up if you want. Yeah, inhale back up. And everybody now, knee to your nose, exhale and step through softly. Rise with your in-breath, crescent lunge. Beautiful. Twist with your out-breath, turbo twist, left arm forward, right arm back. Inhale into your exalted. So right forearm behind you, square off your shoulders, reach up and slightly back, heart super high, proud chest. Exhale, left hand to the ground. And right arm to the sky as you breathe in. See if you can feel the right side of your heart open even more. Exhale, let that go, unwind. Pivot your back heel down. Warrior two, breathe in and rise. Exhale, reach forward, tip it over side angle. Now pause right here, my friends. You can stay in side angle. You can turn it into a triangle, or you can turn it into a balancing half moon. Option to reach your right hand forward and float your back leg up. If your back leg floats up, it's strong and powerful. Imagine you're stomping your back foot on the back wall. Yeah, wherever you've chosen to go, everything is still open. Your heart, your shoulders, your hips. Your breath is still flowing through. Take about two more wherever you're at. If you're in half moon, see if you can lift your back leg even a tiny bit higher. Good work, everybody. Meet back in warrior two. So soft landing if possible. Good. Take a moment to adjust if needed. Find your breath. Next inhale, back to our flow, reverse your warrior, reach up, reach back. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to the earth, low lunge. Inhale, standing splits, left leg floats high. Exhale, tiny little potato bug ball, curl in, get small. Yeah, halfway lift. Breathe in, lengthen, heels down. Exhale, bow and fold. Beautiful breath, rise to stand. Inhale, take your arms up. And then side body stretch of your choice. So if you want to switch it up, go for it. Exhale towards the windows, all the way to empty. Inhale through center. Your variation, other side, up and over. Inhale, center. One more standing back bend. Cactus your arms, curl open, bottom tips of shoulder blades squeeze. Inhale, re-extend, realign. And slow exhale takes you down, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, vinyasa, or you can always skip it if you'd rather. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, hips lift. Nice, Avi. Inhale your left leg to the sky. You can hold here or exhale, left knee, right elbow. Use your obliques, get as close as you can. Push the ground away. Inhale, back up, three-legged dog. Exhale, left to left, as high as you can get on your left arm. Maybe even bend your elbows out, a little push-up. Nice, M. Inhale, three-legged. Now everybody, exhale, knee to your nose and step forward softly. Crescent lunge, breathe in and rise, heart lifts, legs are strong. Nice, Sal. Exhale, turbo twist, right arm forward, left arm back. Other way, Taylor. Left arm behind you, exalted warrior. Inhale, square off your shoulders, reach up, reach back. Yeah, exhale, right hand comes down. You had your legs right, you just twisted the other way. Inhale your left arm to the sky. You're all good. Yeah, there you go. Exhale, unwind. Pivot your back heel down, warrior two, and rise as you breathe in. Settle it. Side angle with your exhale, reach forward, tip it over. This is where we will pause. Option to go wherever you want to. Triangle, bouncing half moon, or work your side angle, maybe in a new way. If your back foot floats up, make your back leg strong. So if it feels like your back leg weighs 1,000,000 pounds, see if you can engage the muscles in your leg. Oh no, you're all good. See if you can lift your back leg higher if it's floating. Take one more big inhale. Hey, in the bathroom, and there's some rags. And then come back to a warrior two stance. Soft landing if possible. Come back to your breath. And we'll come back to our flow. Next inhale, reverse your warrior. Reach up and back. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to the ground. Pivot to the ball of your back foot, low lunge. Standing splits, breathe in, right leg high, spread your toes. Exhale, tiny little potato bug ball. Halfway lift, inhale. Now listen, you guys. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back, plank position. Pause in your plank, strong belly, lower down to your forearms, forearm plank. So elbows under shoulders, forearms parallel. If you want to modify, you can interlace your fingers. That's a little less intense. Otherwise, forearms parallel, palms face down, fingers spread wide, and press especially into thumbs and index. Now, see if you can keep your elbows just as close as they are right now, so don't let them drift apart. Start to walk your toes towards your elbows and lift your hips towards the sky. Dolphin pose. Relax your neck and imagine you're trying to press your chest towards the back of the room. So you can bend your knees a lot. Imagine that rope, it's pulling up on your belly button. 5 breaths in dolphin. You can lift one leg and then the other. You can play with little hops towards forearm stand, anywhere you want to go. Keep hugging in with your elbows and your upper arms. Keep pressing down through the belly of your forearms. Your head should not be on the ground. Press your chest towards the back of the room as you lift your hips even higher. Last couple of breaths. You can exhale out your mouth if you want to. Ah, yes. End of your next exhale. Let it all go. So come on down to your knees. And take a resting pose. So child, embryo, maybe just heroes, a kneeling position. And give yourself a moment to just come back, to just notice how you feel, how you are. So feel your breath, slow it down if it's sped up. Feel sensation, pulsation inside of you, and even emotions that might be moving around. So if you're frustrated at yourself today, notice that. If you're bored, notice that. We're not trying to push those feelings away. We're allowing it all. If you feel really good today, notice that. If you feel really strong. So there's no right or wrong way to feel in your yoga practice. You're just tuning in to how do you feel? What's going on inside of you? You can even start to notice your thoughts rather than interacting with them or attaching to them. Just notice what's coming, notice what's going. Yeah, sometimes I like to roll my forehead side to side a little bit. Sometimes I like to swivel my hips side to side in child's pose. And then in your next couple of rounds, downward facing dog. Good job. Reconnect to Ujjayi breath if you've lost it. So I think this is the part where, okay, your muscles are getting tired, your body's getting tired, your breath, it's brand new every time you breathe in. So use it to power you through the rest of your practice. From your down dog, one more big inhalation. Exhale, gaze to the top of your space, step, tiptoe, or hop, forward fold. Once you have arrived, spinal extension, realign. Exhale, let it go. Root through your feet all the way to stand. Arms reach up, stretch it out. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, we're gonna balance on our left foot. So left foot is your base. Maybe you imagine all your weight coming into your left foot. Pick up your right knee, standing stack. Flex your right toes. So dorsal flexion, toes back towards your heel. Or excuse me, toes back towards your shin. And then from here, we're gonna move into a figure four. We're a broken chair. So outer right ankle, top of your left thigh. Sit back into your chair so your butt sticks out. Your weight is primarily in your left heel. You can stay here with your hands at your heart. Maybe chair plane, your arms behind you. Maybe you even want to take it into a forward fold, or if there's an arm balance you've been working on, you want to play with it, go for it. About 3 to 5 rounds, wherever you want to go in this pose. So maybe you're just working with your balance today. Awesome. Maybe you're working with a twist, forward fold. Keep that flexion through your toes. Keep pressing your outer ankle firmly into the top of your thigh. Yeah, nice work. Last couple of rounds. Awesome, Ash. Nice, Sal. Breathe down into your hips. See if you can come out of the pose very slowly and intentionally, possibly staying balanced on your left foot. So rise up, back to standing stack. This time, reach your arms to the sky. Option to extend your right leg forward if you want more. Take one more inhale here. Now listen, as you exhale, set your right foot down. And we're gonna step back into a crescent lunge with our right foot forward. So left foot just steps back. Yeah, awesome job. Here you are, crescent lunge. One more big inhale, reach higher. As you exhale, hands to the inside of your right foot. Walk your right foot out to the width of your mat, maybe even onto the hardwood floor. And then rather than just sinking down through your hips, see if you can lift your hips up as you lower your heart down. So hips stay high, heart goes low. If you want, back knee can come down for a little less intensity. And then if you want, you can let your hips sink down, but just try not to collapse over to the left. Encourage your weight to the right and slightly forward. Your front knee should be on top of or a little bit behind your ankle. So adjust if you need to. Your right toes can spin out to the right if that feels better. And if there's a variation that you want to take, please feel free. This should feel uncomfortable for most people. So if you're uncomfortable, welcome to the club. Be with it, soften around it. If your front knee is forward of your ankle, scoot your back foot back even further, or your back knee back even further. So adjust. There's nothing inherently wrong with that, but you're just using the mobility in your ankle and your knee rather than your hip. Take about 2 or 3 more big, deep breaths. So yeah, there's all this intensity, there's all this sensation. Can you breathe into it? Soften around it. Last couple rounds. Soften through your face, through your jaw. Nice, Chris. Ah. End of your next exhale. Come back up to your hands if you're not already there. And lift your back knee if it happens to be on the ground. Just work. So plant your hands and work your right foot to the back of your mat. You'll be in a plank position. From your plank position, right hand is your base, side plank, Vashisthasana. Roll onto the baby toe edge of your right foot. Yeah. If you want to modify, right knee can come down, no big deal, or even right forearm if you're taking care of your wrist. Try to lift your hips high like that crescent moon shape we've been practicing. And then left arm might reach forward, lengthen your left side. Nice, Laura. Maybe even float your left leg up as your left leg floats up. Good, Brenda. See if you can lift your hips even higher. So press into the knife edge, the baby toe edge of your right foot. Take one more round, fullest expression. Give it everything you've got. End of your exhale, plank or modified. Push the ground away and inhale. Exhale, slowly lower. Good job. Stay low. So all the way to your belly, stay low. Baby cobra. Just use your back strength to lift your heart, not your arms. Good. So roll your shoulders back and down, point your elbows straight back, and with your hands, rather than pushing down, energetically pull back like you're trying to drag your chest forward even more. Press down through your pelvis and press down through your shoelaces. See if you can pull your belly button in and up and feel a little tone in your low belly, feel a little more length in your low back. Back of your neck is long, so rather than gazing straight forward, gaze slightly down. How much awareness can you bring into your baby cobra? How much strength can you feel in your back body? One more big inhale. Very nice, friends. Exhale, release, let it go. Take a moment. So let's say about 3 to 5 breaths to meet back in down dog. So if there's anything that's calling to you, any movement you want to take in between, maybe some cat-cows. Maybe you just want to lay on your belly, windshield wiper your shins. Maybe you want to take a child's pose. Maybe you want to take a vinyasa. Next few breaths, downward facing dog. Yeah, or even a little thread the needle action. Once you're back in your down dog, Ujjayi breath, reconnect, fire it up. All right, from your down dog, listen, right leg to the sky. And then everybody this time, open up your right hip. So bend your knee, reach it out, reach it up. So you feel your right hip stack on top of left. This is a perfect place to stay. Option to flip your dog if you would like. So awareness of the space around you. Step your right foot down behind you. Reach forward. Imagine your heart is trying to look in a mirror on the front wall. So heart forward, hips lift. Yeah, one more round if you're in the back bend. Good work, everybody. Regular down dog. Walk it out. Great big inhale into your dog pose. Fill up. Exhale, look forward, step or hop, forward fold. Lift halfway with your inhalation. Exhale, bow, let it go. Root through your feet all the way to stand. This is our last time. Coming all the way up. Rise, lengthen. Exhale, hands to your heart. All right, balancing this time on your right foot. So right foot roots down, left knee floats up, standing staff pose. Flex your left toes. Find your balance first. So if there's something in front of you on the wall or on the ground that's not moving that you can look at, make that your drishti, your focus point. And then slowly, intentionally start to move into your figure four whenever you're ready. So outer left ankle, top of right thigh, sit back into your one-legged chair, weight primarily in your right heel as your butt reaches back. And then if there's anywhere you'd like to go, start exploring. Maybe arms reach back. Maybe your chest gets closer to your legs. Maybe you move into a forward fold variation or a twisted variation. Maybe there's an arm balance you've been working on. You want to play with it here. So you do you. It's not a performance. It's just a practice. So if you fall out, awesome. Come right back in when you are ready. Meet yourself where you are at. Be playful and compassionate. Yeah, keep the flexion in your left toes, actively pressing your outer ankle to the top of your thigh. Last couple breaths. Awesome, Tracy. Good, Eileen. See if you can come out of it really slowly and intentionally, staying balanced on your right foot if possible. So eventually back to standing staff. And you can even extend your left leg forward if you want more. Just try not to lean back. So navel to spine, low abdominals are strong. One more big inhale. And then as you exhale, just step your left foot down. And however you want to transition, right foot will step all the way back into a crescent lunge. So maybe you want to play with a warrior three to get back to your crescent. Have fun. Once you're in crescent, take a moment to adjust your legs. Lift your heart, one more big inhale. And then exhale, hands to the inside of your left foot. Walk your left foot out to the width of your yoga mat, maybe even onto the hardwood floor. Try to keep your hips lifted at least to begin. And as your hips lift, your heart melts down. So that might mean you walk your hands forward a little or bend your elbows a little. Maybe you can come down to your forearms. If you get down to your forearms and it's too much, you can bring your back knee down at any time. If you want to let your hips sink down, if that feels good to you, go for it. But try not to collapse over to your right side. So if you just collapse to the right, the pose is pretty much, you're not getting out of it what we are intending. So we want to feel a little bit of discomfort, probably, in our hips. Breathe into it, soften around it. You can pivot your left toes out to the left. You can even roll onto the baby toe edge of your left foot if that's helpful. If there's a variation you know and you want to take, feel free. Just be with what you feel. Be with that sensation. Breathe into it, soften around it. You're not forcing anything. You're just sitting with discomfort, telling your body it's okay. I know you're uncomfortable, but you're safe. You can relax. You can let go. Last couple of rounds. Big, spacious breaths. Open mouth size if you want. Good work. Last round on your own. Slowly come back up to your hands if you're not already there. Plant them under your shoulders. So firmly plant your hands. Back knee lifts if it's not already. And then work your left foot to the back of your mat. You're in a plank position. From your plank position, left hand is your base. Roll onto the baby toe edge of left foot. Vashisthasana, side plank. Right arm to the sky. Bring your left knee down to modify your left forearm. So make this your own, your fullest expression. Good, you guys. Take one more huge breath. Give it everything you've got. End of your exhale, plank or modified plank. Take one big inhale at the top, push the ground away. Exhale, slowly lower to your belly. Just like we did before, start with baby cobra. So feel into the strength of your back body. And then this time, using the strength in your back body, float your hands up and reach your hands back. Float your feet up and reach your toes back. You're in locust pose. This is a perfect place to stay, or option if you want to interlace your fingers behind your back or even take your full floor bow. So if you'd like, you can bend your knees, reach back, grab hold of your feet or even your ankles, and then start to kick and pull. So kick feet into hands, pull hands back into feet. Everybody, all variations, hug in with your inner thighs. Imagine you're trying to rotate your inner thighs in and up towards the ceiling. Breathe down into your belly, open through the front of your heart, open through the front of your shoulders, lengthen through the back of your neck. Take one more round, all the way down into your belly, big, huge breath. End of your exhale, let it go. Ah. Good job. 3 to 5 rounds to find your way back to down dog. Yeah, like the windshield wipers with your shin. So if that feels good, go for it. Maybe some cat-cows, child's pose, vinyasa. Eventually back to your dog pose. Big, slow, spacious breaths. All right, from your down dog, inhale left leg to the sky. Try not to shift through your hands or your shoulders as you peel your left hip open. So bend your left knee, reach it out and up, other left. So it's like your left hip is a hinge on a door and your left leg is the door. It just swings open. Stay here or option to slip your dog. Left foot comes down. Exhale, reach your heart forward. Let it look at the front wall. Press your hips towards the sky, back muscles strong. One more round, fullest expression in your body. Good, come back to down dog, regular down dog. Everybody just walk it out. Good job. One last inhale into your down dog. And then exhale, just set your knees down and come into a seated position with your legs facing towards the front of the room. So we're gonna take a seated hip opener today. I'll give you a few options. So your first option is double pigeon, fire log pose. So right shin on top of left shin like this. And make sure your outer ankle is at your inner knee, not your foot at your inner calf or inner shin. So get your outer ankle all the way up to your inner knee, flex your toes. If it looks like this, if your top knee is really high, your practice is just sitting up tall. If your knee is level with or lower than your hip, you can work on folding forward. If this is too much for you, options. Bottom leg can stay straight. This is your pose or this is your pose. Also, you could bring your bottom foot to the ground with your knee bent, hands behind you. And as you lean back, try not to round and collapse, but just keep your heart open. And then the closer your legs get to your upper body, the closer your heel gets to your butt. That's going to intensify it. If all of those variations are like, nah, no thanks, you can always just roll down, take it on your back. Yeah, okay. Good job. Looks like you guys are pretty much there. So everyone has a different leg on top. That's fine. Just make sure you get both of them in the end. And take a moment, make sure you have that flexion in your toes. So flex through your toes. That'll keep all the little tendons and ligaments in place. So you're not pulling on your ankle or your knee joint. You're actually stretching into your hip. Double pigeon, try to get your outer ankle to your inner knee, not your inner calf. All the way there. Yeah, not in, but yeah, it's like parallel. That's it, yep. And then flex. So keep that in. Think of right butt cheek reaching back, yeah. So if you're folding forward, you guys, whichever leg is on top, Really imagine you're trying to pull that butt cheek back as you take your heart forward. Try whichever ankle is on top. Try not to let it twist or sickle, but imagine it's in a ski boot or an ice skate, so it's really strong. And send your breath down into your hips. I'm gonna come around with a little essential oil spritz. If you don't want it near you, just raise your hand. All good? Okay. Take about 5 more rounds. Good job. And at any time, if you want, you can sigh out your mouth. So anytime you feel an overwhelm of sensation, an overwhelm of energy, big exhale out your mouth. Just let it go. Ah. Good, you guys, last couple breaths. And then slowly, if you're in the fold, you could roll up or just lift from your heart. Before you go to the other side, uncross your legs, give them a little shake out. I'm gonna give you a few options. You can take windshield wipers side to side, feet wider than hips, and knees just go one way and then the other. You might also take a reverse tabletop, Purvottanasana. So hands behind you, fingers facing towards your hips. You're gonna lift your hips up, open through the front of your hips, front of your heart. So you do you, neutralize however you want to, and then find your way to your hip opener on the other side. So just opposite leg on top. And this side might feel different than the other side. So if you get into it and you're like, you want to try a different variation, feel free. Active through your toes, strong through your ankles. And then just breath by breath, settling in. Yeah, and if there's a variation that I didn't mention and that's what you want to take, totally fine with me. It's your practice. Good. Yeah, so much better. Nice job. So if you're clenching your jaw, once you notice that, see if you can soften. See if you're pressing your tongue up against the roof of your mouth or the backs of your teeth. And once you notice that, see if you can relax even the inside of your mouth. Take about 3 to 5 more breaths. Rather than tuning out here, going somewhere else, see if you can stay on your mat, stay in your body, stay with your breath. Good. I'm gonna guess last couple rounds here, open mouth size if you want. I'll leave it up to you ultimately. When you feel pretty much even on both sides, you can release however you want to and just find your way down onto your back. And once you're on your back, take windshield wipers on your back. If you want, you can also take a counter pose of bridge just on your own. I'm not going to cue you into it, but if that would feel good to you, quick bridge, feel free. And windshield wipers, make sure your feet are wider than your hips. What that does, it opens up space in your low back. So as you flop your knees from side to side, you're not crunching up through your low back at all. And then everybody eventually windshield wiper your knees to the right and pause there for about 3 rounds. So knees to the right, an option if you want to bring the outer edge of your right foot to the outside of your left knee and use your right foot to encourage your left knee forward and down. So if your left ribs lift a lot, try to press down through the backs of your left ribs. Yeah. Good, everyone. Feel that line from your left shoulder down to your left knee. Increase that space with each breath. After about 3 rounds or so on this side, switch to the other side. You can take your time, no hurry. Same option, outer edge of left foot, outside of right knee. And then take your time, but eventually come back to center. And sometimes I like to rest for a moment with my feet wide, knees fall in. That might feel nice on your low back, but eventually find a happy baby pose to finish off your practice. So knees to the outsides of your ribs, soles of your feet face the sky. You might rock it out. You might extend one leg and then the other leg, or even both at the same time. Sometimes I like to bring my legs together, almost like I'm in kind of a plow pose or a forward fold on my back. Sometimes I like to bring the soles of my feet together and pull them in towards my chest as I press my knees forward. So feel free to explore in your happy baby. And if there are any other poses, any other stretches, any other movements you feel like your body is still craving or calling for, give yourself a few rounds to move through them. And as you feel ready, no hurry, start your transition into your final relaxation, your final resting pose. So for Shavasana, if you do want to sneak out, if sound bowls are not your jam, you're welcome to sneak out. You're welcome to plug your ears if you need to. Sometimes the bowls are really uncomfortable for people. So if that's you want a sneaky outie, that's fine. So as I play my bowls for Shavasana, my invitation for you is to imagine your body as a wide open space. And let the vibrations of the bowls just flow through you. So you're hearing not just with your ears and not just in your head, but you're listening with your entire body, letting the vibrations move through your spine, move into your hands, move into your toes. And if it is uncomfortable for you at any point, see if you can be with it the same way you would be with an uncomfortable yoga pose. So big, deep breaths. And just allow your body to soften. In these last few moments, your breath can become effortless. Your body can just relax, your muscles can let go. And give yourself these last few moments, not to do anything at all, but to simply just be, to soak in all the efforts, all the energy of your practice. Shavasana. We are powerful beyond measure and so deeply vulnerable at the same time. This may seem like a dichotomy, but it isn't. We have misunderstood real power. It has been seen as a force that is assertive, non-surrendering, pushing through. This is not real power. This is simply willfulness. Real power is something else: receptivity, vulnerability, the courage to keep your heart open on even the darkest of days, the strength to feel it all, even when the odds are stacked against you. Real power is showing up with your heart on your sleeve and absolutely refusing to waste one moment of your life hidden behind edginess or armor. The art of enheartened presence. That's real power. It's by Jeff Brown. Take a big, deep breath into your belly and let it go. And start to wiggle through fingers, toes. Bring gentle movement back in. As you're ready, just roll to either side. Fetal position. Let your body rest on the ground, be held by the ground for just one last moment here. Let your practice, let the energy of that sound bath just seep in, absorb, integrate into your being. And use your arms to guide yourself up into seated meditation. So right back where we began, sit up nice and tall, feeling into the length of your spine. Close your eyes. Gather your hands to your heart. And we'll close our practice by using our own vibration, one collective Om. So even if it makes you feel a little uncomfortable, see if you can just let your voice come through. Let your voice be felt, even if it's just by you. Nobody else cares how you sound. And let your voice contribute to the sound of the whole. So start by exhaling, emptying out wherever you're at in your breath. Breathe in your voice. Om. Namaste. All right, my friends. Ruby always knows when practice is over.
Bye, Lily. I love you.
All right, Sunday yoga.